Hello and welcome back to Train Them Up. My name is Allie and I am thrilled that you are here. We are going to talk all about how to plan and prep unit studies. We use Gather Round Homeschool in our home and it is absolutely phenomenal. All sorts of different topics, all age levels, pre-reader all the way up through high school. It is awesome. My daughter is currently 19 months old and I nanny for a 4.5-year-old, and we are currently going through letters and numbers for him and taught school for my little girl. And so the way that we have been using Gather Round is a little bit different simply because the 4.5-year-old does not live with me, and I generally see him 3 to 4 times a week for a full day. I take his older brothers to school and pick them up from school. It has been such a blessing for me to get to teach him, and he's taught a lot to me and my daughter. I do want to say that we have a copy of the curriculum and his family has a copy of the curriculum. We just want to honor everything that Rebecca Spooner has done and prepared, so it's really important that we each have our own copies. Something that I was going to do, I was just going to do a dinosaur plan and prep video, but upon looking at my calendar and realizing that it's almost the end of October, I had this like, oh crap, and oh no moment, because I really wanted to just go through dinosaurs before Christmas, but it's literally the end of October and we're not going to have enough time to do all of dinosaurs in 1 week before we start our Thanksgiving. So in a few of my other videos, I have mentioned that we use artists in our morning basket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how we use 3 different, we're using 2 right now, it'll be 3 with dinosaurs, how we use those units in our morning baskets. So we like to use a loop schedule, and what I typically do on Mondays, we will do North American birds, and then on Tuesday, our second day of the week, we will generally do artists. And for example, with North American birds, it was the first unit from Gather Round. It's beautiful. It does not have a lot of, it's not a lengthy lesson. So we will just read about an animal, a bird, and talk about it. We'll also read books. We will go on the Gather Round app and maybe pull up a short clip so he can hear what an eagle sounds like. And there's coloring pages and pre-reader pages with these, and then he'll do those as he's listening to me read or later if he wants to. We really enjoy doing this, and he just kind of like flips through it and just is like, okay, we're doing this bird, and I love that. And sometimes we land on a bird that we've already done, but sometimes he likes to review them or talk about them or what have you. So generally it takes us maybe 20-30 minutes to do one of these, and I think especially as my daughter gets older, we'll probably continue to do like this morning basket rotation to keep things fresh. And with the loop schedule, the idea is that we have 3 different units, generally 3 to 4 days per week that the kids are watched, and we will cycle through these different units. And oh no, are you guys okay? Okay, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. The screen just went blank. And what was I saying? Oh, so we have North American birds, artists, and now dinosaurs that we are just going to integrate into our day. And the little boy that I watch, he is so excited about dinosaurs that we might do a lot of dinosaurs instead of North American birds or artists. And I am very big on interest-led learning, and if he is interested in learning about all the dinosaurs, that's what we're going to do. I like having the different units to keep things fresh, fun, and exciting. But when they're this young, it's all about making learning fun. And I don't want to squash his love for learning. I want to foster that. So what we are going to end up doing with dinosaurs, this is something that I do think it is going to have to be more in order other than the North American birds, because this dinosaurs is story based from the paleontology aspect of it, and also with lesson 1, the backstory and looking at the different theories of dinosaurs. He's only 4.5, so we're really going to cut back on all the in-depth theories and everything. He's going to know that God created the world and designed it purposefully, and that the world we live in is God's world. So we're not really gonna go through the different worldviews and whatnot, because he's not old enough to really comprehend those. But I love how Rebecca has put evolution, creation, and theistic evolution. There's gap theory and all sorts of different things out there that you can really dive into. But this would be a little, what's the word I'm trying to look for? It's just a higher knowledge, I guess, that he's just not ready for. And that's totally fine. He's 4.5. Like, let's make dinosaurs fun. Let's learn about dinosaurs. So, the first lesson, we're just going to go over where the world came from and dinosaurs. And we will probably review some of this. And I did not share this in my book haul. All of the books that I had or that I showed you, I already had. And this one is really, really great. It's called Dragons. And this is from Master Books, Legends and Lore of Dinosaurs. And so we will probably go in here and read through some of this for our morning read aloud. And there's just so much, there's a lot of fun things in here. Eyewitness accounts and encounters. Almost every culture has a story about a dragon. And it makes me wonder and think, like, oh man, were there dinosaurs? Are they one and the same? I don't know. It's fun to think about and explore. I wasn't alive hundreds and thousands of years ago. So this is a really fun book to explore and think about. And we'll probably do fun books like 1, 2, 3, Do the Dinosaur, and to get up and dance and read and just have lots of fun. So that's what we are going to be doing. I did want to share with you, because I love how we study artists. Let me jump to here. So I only printed off the first few pages of the artist. Otherwise, I read it all from my phone. And for lesson 2, that was painters. Something that I really enjoyed. Oh, and I don't have it down here. I'll have to run upstairs and grab that, and I'll throw it up for you. It's a Monet book, Mornings with Monet, and it is delightful. It is so, so good. So I read the lesson, and then we talked more in depth about Monet, and we looked at his pictures, and I put it up on our large screen TV, and we looked at like the texture of the paintings, and we did a Monet puzzle, and read the book Mornings with Monet, and it was just so, so fun and very like natural based learning. We didn't do the pre-reader pages at all. It was just things that we already had at my house and that we learned. And then we did some painting after that. And another thing that I wanted to share from artists are the musicians. And I love Beethoven, and this is called, whoops, let me see if we can get it without the glare. Welcome to the Symphony, and it's from Beethoven's Symphony number 5, and it has, let me see if it'll play. Oh, it would be good if I turned it on. So there's tuning, and they have all the different instruments on here, and the harmony and the melody and the main theme. And it's a book that you can read and interact with. It's so wonderful and such a great introduction to music. My daughter really likes pushing the buttons, and my buttons, if you know what I mean, moms. And this is such a great introduction to music and exploring what each of the instruments sounds like. So when we studied the composers, that was really fun. And there's another book called Can You Hear It? And this one actually has a CD with it, and I really enjoy this. There are all sorts of different instruments in here, and there are songs that go along with these, and it's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, it's just so, so good. As I'm going through this, I'm like, oh, this would be something really great to do for Halloween. Track 8. Can you hear the rattling skeletons dancing to the music of the orchestra? The xylophone, looking something like a bunch of bones itself, plays the skeletons. That just sounds so wonderful. We are going to have to do that. So that is a great extra to have for artists. Another one that I like, that's a music button book. I'm not sure what the technical term for these kinds of books are, but it's a magical journey through 11 musical masterpieces, Allegro. And this is by David Miles. And the illustrations are phenomenal. So there are all sorts of different people in here. Hopefully I can get this where it's not glaring. And so this is just fun to walk through. So I feel as if we have done studies of several composers and really stretched out, I forget what day that was, or what lesson. Let's see, composers was lesson 6, and we've probably done the lesson of different composers probably 5 or 6 times now, and it's wonderful to hear him ask for Beethoven or I don't know, a different composer afterwards. And then for poetry, we love Emily Dickinson, and we also really like Shakespeare. Jim Weiss, he has a phenomenal CD audiobook of Shakespeare for children. Highly recommend. It's very engaging, fun to listen to. We also have the Shakespeare storybook this is folk tales that inspired him. And there's a CD that goes with this as well. You notice a theme. We like having sound in our lives. Illustrations are wonderful. You don't necessarily have to have the CD, but oh goodness, this is so bright. Sorry, y'all. But it's fun. And I don't know about you, but I read aloud a lot. We try to read over an hour every day, and my voice is just like shot by the end of the day. So I try to save it when I can. So those are just a few of the ways that we gather round units, in particular artists. So we just kind of pick and choose what we want. I believe curriculum should work for you. You shouldn't have to work for the curriculum. And I really like that acronym of KISS. I love KISS. And that's keep it simple, stupid. I don't like the word stupid, so I like to say keep it simple, silly. And just to relieve the burden of planning and doing all the things, I have a checklist mentality, and I get very stuck in like, I have to complete all of the things. But thankfully, I'm learning now while my daughter is young that I don't have to do everything the curriculum has in it. And ladies, that is just so freeing. So freeing. So make the curriculum work for you. Don't work for the curriculum. Make it easy on yourselves. So I am just super, super pumped about dinosaurs. It's really, really beautiful. I wish I could just cover all of this and we could just spend a whole week, morning, noon, and night learning about dinosaurs. I am fascinated by dinosaurs, and I've really been looking forward to this unit. So it's going to be hard for me not to want to do like all the things at once. And I recently shared about Christmas around the world, and I want to do that too. And it's not even Halloween, it's the 22nd. So yeah, it's just, you know, you get that feeling and you just like are so excited. It's almost like the beginning of the year when you're planning all of your curriculum and what you're going to do and vision casting, what your year is going to look like. And the excitement just kind of like eats away at you. Like, let's do it all right now. But that doesn't work. So I do have a few tips for you if you are wanting to plan and fully prep a entire unit. First, you want to pray. Pray, 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 my friends. If you do not pray, things inevitably do not go well. I feel as if praying really prepares your heart and helps you to take all of the information in and just kind of let it soak. And it's not about the checklist of getting like all of the curriculum done. It's about the conversations, the connection that you will have, and how you are modeling to your children of how to be like Christ. That is so, so important. And then second thing that I would do after praying is check your calendar. What days do you have available? Are there certain appointments that you have? Cross off those days and tentatively plan. I love to pencil in things. So we reverse plan. So I write down in my Plum planner what we accomplished, not what I had planned, because inevitably something is going to come up. Someone's not going to feel well, or we played at the park longer than we expected, or we got really interested in this one topic and we ended up reading a whole bunch of books on that and didn't even get to the lesson. Give yourself grace, and your children grace. Let them learn and have fun. And you need to have fun as well. And I feel as if we don't have fun when we put all these time restrictions and constraints on ourselves and our kids. So just let that go. Let it go. I am not going to start singing Let It Go. We love Disney in this house, if you didn't know. And then number 3, if you haven't already, I would highly encourage you to read through the lessons. I am a gather round fanatic, nerd. I'm obsessed. And I love to read the teacher guides front to back, even though we don't do all of the lessons. So anytime something comes out, I'm like, oh, it's amazing. And I kind of like just read it like a book, and there's just so much in there. And so read through the lessons. If that's not doable for you, at least skim through the first few lessons for the week that you're going to start. Some people I know love to plan monthly and just get it all done at once. I am not that kind of person. I can't sit and do curriculum and all the prep stuff in an entire day. I have other things that I need to do, so I do it weekly. Sunday afternoons when my daughter is sleeping or after she goes to bed is my time to get things prepared. Also, I would highly suggest, this is tip number 4, gather all the resources that you already have. Books, CDs, puzzles, games. Check with your friends and see if they have anything related to dinosaurs or North American birds or artists. There's a lot of resources out there that there are free. Definitely check the library as well. And so gather all of that stuff up, knowing you do not have to use it all. Okay? You don't have to use it all. Use the stuff that speaks to you and your children. Okay? Tip number 5, check the Gather Round app and the online resources. Y'all, the Gather Round app is my best friend. It has saved me so much time and energy. There are wonderful, creative people who love to share what they have done on there, and especially for units from year 1, year 2, a lot of people have already done those units, and there's a plethora of resources out there. So don't do the hard work. Somebody has already done it for you. Just go and check it out. And there's the book lists and resources are already on the online resources, and they're also separated out by week, and there's all sorts of different things on there. I really like how Gather Round has their book list broken down between all the different levels from pre-reader all the way up through high school, which is really awesome. Love that. That saves me a lot of time. So if I don't have any of those books, I will look at the library and see, okay, if they have it, great. If not, no big deal, because we have 1,000,001 different books already. So definitely check the Gather Round app and the online resources. Number 6, make your lesson plans. Go through and see what you need. For me, I like to go through and say, okay, for lesson 1, he needs this and this page. I'll look through and see if he needs anything from the appendix. And to save time, because he's so young, I just go ahead and go to the appendix, and if there's anything that needs to be cut out, I don't cut all of it out. I just cut the section that he needs out and I put that in with his lesson. So it's just all there because we get up and go. We love to go to the park. We like to go visit friends and go outside and study. We live in Minnesota, so it's getting a little chilly now. So I don't think we'll be going outside when it's snowing and doing a lesson. I could be wrong. So it's much easier for me to do that. Obviously, if your child is older, I would recommend that they take the personal responsibility to be able to go back to the appendix and get everything cut out themselves. And also add some fun ideas. Go to the app and scroll through and pick 2 things that you think sound cool and plan for that. But you don't have to. You can just read and they can do their work. Like, you don't have to have any of the extra add-ons. Great if you do, great if you don't. That's the beauty of Gather They're Around. And number 7, this is my last tip, and it is very important. Build in extra time and or days to complete the unit. You don't know what rabbit trails you're going to go down. You don't know if you're going to have to take a little bit of a break, or if a lesson is going to take 2 or even 3 days to get through, because there's just so much to talk about and process through. Let that happen. So build in some extra time. Allow yourself that grace. Don't rush. Take your time. So with that, I am going to get off of my soapbox, and I hope this just encourages you and releases you from the burden of planning and prepping unit studies. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.